Okay, so this is the speed art painting that I did. It's inspired by a sweatshirt that I made. Basically, I did a giveaway on my Instagram. If you're not following my Instagram's CurrieGOAT. I did a giveaway of a hand-painted sweatshirt that I did, and a lot of my audience really seemed to like it, so I thought, why not make a screen printed version? So if you really like this design, there's a link in the bio. But basically, the design is of a Tibetan mask. So basically, Tibetan Buddhists, they use it to resemble the faces of spirits and deities. And essentially what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to guide spirits when they're passing on to the next life, because basically it's like the faces of the deities and the spirits are really scary, so it's supposed to like kind of numb you to it while you're alive. So when you're dead, you're not wandering through the wilderness and then there's bare mad looking crazy spirits walking around. You're like, what is this? Like, because you've seen it on the monasteries and you've seen it in holy buildings pretty much all your life, you understand that, oh, okay, this is just what spirits look like. I'm just moving to the underworld or the overworld or whatever. It's not that serious. So basically with the painting, what I basically wanted to do was just kind of celebrate, you know, my first sweatshirt, and also just kind of do another canvas. I haven't done a canvas in a while, and I love doing canvases. I do a lot of painting on clothing right now, which I love doing too, but sometimes just something about doing a canvas is just, you know, a bit more, I don't know, it's kind of impressive to me. Like it's a nice thing. I kind of feel proud of myself when I've done it, because it's just such a big piece, and it's like, yo, like I actually had the patience and like the wherewithal to do this. Because like with this art stuff, it's all about patience. Like for those who don't know, like I've only been painting for about 6 months. I know some of you will be like, wow, and some of you will be like, yeah, it shows, this is whack. But at the end of the day, like I'm kind of happy with where I've come thus far, and I know I've got a lot of room to grow. But one of the things I've learned is kind of patience, because like I feel like I've managed to, you know, come a reasonable way in a short amount of time. I think no one would necessarily, like, you know, I'm not the biggest person anywhere near in the world, but at the same token, I feel like anyone who just started out would be reasonably happy with my level of growth. Like on my YouTube channel hit just over 1,000 subscribers. Instagram's at 28,000 right now as the day of recording, which is like crazy to me that people even care about what I'm doing, let alone that many people. But I think just being patient is kind of one of the keys, like, in learning things, because I think a lot of people, what I try and do on my Instagram as well, and what I try and do with my platform, is I want to make it so that it's a community, that we all share our stuff, we can all learn from each other. But one thing I've learned is like a lot of people don't understand, you know, theater, and they don't understand how to present stuff. Like you could just buy it. Like right now I'm painting this and there's just 2 box lights at the side of me. Like if I didn't have them 2 lights, this video would look like absolute bottom, but it doesn't. It looks like reasonable quality, and that's only because, you know, I've got 2 sock boxes, like, and I had the patience to sit down and go, okay, rather than me just throwing this stuff out there, let me figure out lighting, let me figure out this stuff. It's the same with painting, really. Like I think you need to be really active with it, and you just need to like go for it. Everyone always asks me like, you know, what's your inspiration, you know, what's motivating you, all this stuff, and it's like, I'm just out here doing what I like. It's that simple. It's on period. Like I saw the masks, I thought, let me do a bit of research about it. I found out some really nice things. I found out, you know, just I really love the aesthetic, I love the colors, and I was like, I just want to recreate this on, you know, on canvas. And that's pretty much what I did. Like it's not really it doesn't have to be that deep all the time, and I think what you do is just making sure that you're doing something that people can really gravitate to. Like the use of colors is just because I've got the red here, the black, and I've got that kind of like the beigey, egretty color, and essentially that's just from seeing what colors work on my Instagram and what people like and what people gravitate to, and just going, okay, cool, let me just throw this in the painting. Like it's all about pretty much figuring out your audience and what they like and going to your audience. I think with art as well, like I think a lot of people, it's really easy to like, I think creative people get like so caught up in their feelings, because you have to be kind of a person who feels to even like do this sort of thing. But for me, it's like you can't get so caught up in how you're feeling. Like a lot of the time I'll be like, oh my god, I don't know what to paint, or oh, people are really gonna fuck with this, and it's like them feelings kind of make you want to just, you know, close your eyes and just be in bed and whatever. And it's like you have to find salvation through activity. Like a lot of the time you can sit down and you can go to yourself, you know, yeah, I don't really want to do anything because I don't know how people are gonna receive it. Like even the thumbnail to this video, like it's cringy to me, because it's like I'm standing there in front of the painting and I'm like wearing the sweatshirt that it's inspired by, and it's like I'm, you know, posing and whatnot. It's like, ooh, and like and like secretly I was like standing there, you know, doing 27 poses in my sock boxes in my bedroom, like a waste man damn near. But it's like if you wanna get your stuff out there, if you wanna do your stuff, you can't be afraid of like the judgment. And it's like, how you judge people is how you will be judged. Like a lot of the times I'll be sitting there and I'm like, you know what, yeah, like I see people that really want, or people that have asked me for advice, and it's like, oh, how do I get this done? How do I do this? And it's like, listen, if you see your friend doing something brand new, or you see your friend trying something and you're sitting there judging them, then that's what's crippling you from doing what you want to do, because you know that people are going to judge you the way that you judge other people. Stop judging people, god damn it. Like, I'm sitting here, I know this is not the best painting in the world. Like the reds is so messed up. Like I could have done a couple more layers of the red just to make it really smooth. When you go really up close, thank the Lord you can't see it in the video, but the lines aren't as smooth as I would necessarily want them to be. But you know, sometimes you got to realize like done is better than perfect. Like it's not always going to be exactly how you want it to, but what you can do is you can go, okay, look, like I want to have, you know, I want to learn from this. So it's like, do it, get up, learn the lesson, learn what it's about, and then go, okay, next time, rather than, you know, trying to get this one absolutely perfect, I'm going to make the next one probably like, you know, 5% better than the last, or even for 1%, whatever. And then just rinse and repeat. The next one's going to be a little bit better. The next one's going to be a little bit better. This thing that I thought was a weakness in the last one, I'm just going to pay extra attention to that one small thing when I move forward. Keep doing that, and then after a while, you know, have the patience, like I said, and eventually it comes together brilliantly. Like for me, I really feel that if you looked at, like I said, it's a relatively short time. It's been about 6 months. So like I started painting, well actually no, so I started practicing painting in December of 2018. It's now September 2019, so that's almost a year. But in terms of actually posting, like on Instagram and posting on YouTube and making these videos, it's been a really short time. And it's like, I feel like, you know, in a short time, I think I've come quite a long way. And I think a lot of people kind of look at what I'm doing and then maybe they think, oh, you know, it's gone quickly or whatever. But for me, it's just been a super slow process. And always remember that, like, that's for you guys as well. Like when you guys are doing whatever you're doing, like always remember that, like, the process will seem super long to you, but the progress to other people will seem like crazy quick. Like, because people aren't watching you the way that you're watching you, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, when you see yourself in the mirror, sometimes you're like, ugh. But other people are like, whatever. Because it's like, they're not looking as close. And I feel like you guys need to remember, like, whenever you're doing anything, just kind of take a step back from it. Like, look at it in the macro. Like, these things aren't, it's not about the immediate sensation. It's not about the immediate what you're going through. It's about the long term. It's about the long run. Like, over the 6 month period that you're doing whatever you're doing, how much has changed? Like, I bet it's bare, you know what I mean? Like, think of it that way. Like, don't go, okay, today this happened, yesterday this happened. Like, think about it in a macro. It's like if you're trying to lose weight, like, you don't lose all the weight in a week. Like, you lose the weight cumulatively, if that's a word. Accumulatively, child, you lose the weight over a bunch of time. And at the end of the day, that's really all you can deal with. Like, you know, just take your time, I would say. And I think that a lot of people also need to understand that, like, whenever you're doing anything creative or whenever you're putting yourself out there, the value is in other people. It's not in you. People don't follow you because of you. People don't watch you because of you. People don't, you know, subscribe, all of that stuff because of you. They do it because of them, because they see a part of themselves or something that they want for themselves in what you're doing. And I think it's always important to latch the value in what you're doing onto what you're doing. So make sure that you never forget, you know, why do people really fucks with this? Why do people really engage with this? Like, what is it that's really, you know, drawing them in? And it's like really double down on that. Like, you can't just go, okay, I like this. Well, you can do that and then just say, you know, but at the same token, you can't then complain if other people don't, because, you know, people are different. People like different things. Like, I found a particular thing that people have gravitated to, and I, you know, double down on that. But at the end of the day, that spirit, that first thing, it came from me. So I'm not gonna, you know, deny the people what they want. Like, I'm gonna give them what they want, and I'm gonna package it in a way that's suitable. Like, I tell people whenever I do my lives or when I'm doing like a live painting, like, you guys, I'll always share your work. I'm not gonna discriminate, and I'm not gonna give you advice about your art because that's for you. But at the same token, it's like, you know, step your lighting up. You know, check your audience. What colors your audience like? What shapes do they like? What themes do they like? Like, really, like really investigate in what they need, and, you know, give them what they want, because I think that's the best way to grow. And I think that's the best way to grow as an artist, because art is for the people, it's not just for you, you know what I mean? But yeah, anyway, rant over. This is the final painting. I feel like this voiceover had nothing to do with the painting, but it is what it is. Like I said, the sweatshirt that it's based on is linked in the bio. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.